ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the North Broward Preparatory School here in Coconut Creek, Florida for tonight's contest between the visiting Cypress Bay Lightning and your North Broward Eagles. Hi everybody, Sam Gelfand here. You know, it seems like every broadcast we come back and we tell you that this is North Broward's toughest test yet, and it's true every single time. This is the one of, if not the largest school that North Broward will face this year, 7A to North Broward's 4A. But at the same time, North Broward is currently the #1 team in Florida 4A, so they are hoping to prove to be giant killers tonight. That does not mean it's going to be an easy task ahead of them. Cypress Bay last year, district champions, regional runners-up in 7A, and don't forget that the larger the school, the more talent they have to choose from. So there's only one way to see how this will shake out, and that's to stick with us right here live on YouTube. Don't you dare go anywhere. It is volleyball time in Coconut Creek. Hi, everybody. Sam Gelfand here. So excited to welcome you to this cross-class contest between Cypress Bay and North Broward. This promises to be an excellent one. Two division champs in 2024, both carrying a lot of promise into this 2025 season. Of course, North Broward right now, not only the more experienced team, but they're the more experienced team in varsity service time as well. You know, one thing to consider is that this is the 6th straight game that North Broward has played an opponent with 2 or fewer games under their belt. North Broward has played more games this season than every single opponent they have faced this year. Their schedule is jam-packed from the get-go, and it is giving them so much more experience. They're so much more comfortable. They're already in mid-season form. That could help explain why they are one of the top teams in all of Florida. We're just waiting for the officials to finalize their check-ins for the start of this one, and we appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in live on YouTube or just watching the replay if that's what you feel like doing. Looks like the arrangements have been made, and we're just waiting for the lead official to check in with North Broward. Destiny Wiggins, the libero, formally subs on for Lainey Tobias. And we're ready to go. It will be Emma Lures serving to start off North Broward. She has a 93% serving, percentage this year. There it goes, and we're underway. And Cypress Bay already digging to get us started. Victoria Orizar with the dig and the hit. You're going to want to watch her all night. And there's a dig from the other person you're going to watch all night, Sophia Guzman. Wiggins with the free ball, sends it over. That's Erin Huang. And a nice hit resulting in a fault. A 2-touch for North Broward, and Cypress Bay is first on the board. Personally, I didn't see the 2-touch, but the referee's got a much better view than we do. As Orizar serves, Lures sets it up on the other side to Deja Johnson. Guzman dug by Lures, Wiggins, and Johnson pokes it over. Anya Noyes, the libero for Cypress Bay. A little deflection from Johnson. Tanone, Lures. And Jada Palumbo is rejected by Sarah Hurtado. A great block, and Cypress Bay goes up 2-0. Orizar will continue to serve. Wiggins digs, but it's not enough. That's an ace. That is Orizar's first ace of the season. 3-0 Cypress Bay as that one crosses over the line. And that's North Broward's first point of the night. Orizar came into this one with a 52.9 serving percentage. And now it's Deja Johnson who will serve for North Broward. She has an 85.2 serving percentage. Wang sets up Guzman. Johnson collides with Wiggins, Lures, and Palumbo gets it done. Palumbo had a huge game last time out, and North Broward's going to need to depend on her as Johnson serves again. Wang to Guzman, takes a little off and it works. That's her first kill of the night. She averages 3.3 a game. So now it's Anya Noya, the libero. Excuse me, it looks like that's Liliana Carrero who's wearing the libero jersey today. More power, potential becoming reality for Cypress Bay. Julia Diaz shuts it down. Yeah, that's Liliana Carrero out there. Carrero's serve skips over the net for an ace. Right now, everything is coming up Cypress Bay. I mean, that's just one of those funny bounces. There's not much you can do about that if you're North Broward. And Carrero will keep serving. And we've got a quick stoppage as there's a wet spot on the floor. We're trying out that new camera. Hope you like it. Thanks to a generous loan from Lynn University Ice Hockey, we've gotten extra cameras and wireless transmitters, so we're able to bring you this incredible broadcast experience. Dig by Johnson, lures to Palumbo, threads the needle. Palumbo now has both of North Broward's kills today. Wiggins serves. Huang to Guzman on the near side, lures Diggs. And there wasn't much Wiggins could do. So far this season, we have consistently seen that North Broward's biggest enemies have been themselves as Katie Howarth comes on to serve. Wiggins lures to Known. That's her first touch today. Probably see quite a few from her. Guzman overpowers lures. Excuse me, hot stuff coming through. That nearly hit her in the face. I think that did hit her in the face. Lures. Palumbo has some power of her own. Don't count Palumbo out. She's up to 3 kills. And at this point, Palumbo is single-handedly keeping North Broward in it. Serve from Tanone. Set up at the net. And some excellent placement from Guzman, who's now on the far side. I mean, we're seeing some highlight reel stuff from both teams already. Guzman serves now. Tanone digs. Wiggins sets up Palumbo. And she overpowers the Lightning. Sends that all the way into the stands. 4 kills for Palumbo. It's interesting. We're seeing the Eagles doing a bit of rotation. Everyone's doing some different stuff. Outside hitters are digging and liberos are setting. That, by the way, is an ace for Palumbo. What can't she do? Every point for North Broward has come from Jada Palumbo so far. 2 aces in a row, and Palumbo is heating up. The Eagles bench firing up for Palumbo. Another difficult trajectory. This time, it's Orizar. Palumbo sets up Johnson into the net. And she looks like she knows that that was just a little mental mistake, having a quick conference with head coach Brian Kogenauer there. Like I said, North Broward's greatest enemy has been themselves. It has been their own mistakes that have kept them from winning and, in some cases, even dominating sets. When they get it together, they have just been unstoppable. Serve from Sophia Bruno, dug by Wiggins, lures, sets up Johnson. And Johnson starts doing what she does best. Quick substitution as Wiggins and Tobias come off. And that looks like it's Valerie Hegaboro to serve. Dig by Orizar. And a bit of miscommunication at the Lightning net brings North Broward within one. I don't know if you could see that, but the ball went underneath the stands. One of the more bizarre delays we've seen is Hegaboro gets it over. Orizar digs. A little push from Anya Noya. Johnson on the outside. There's Howarth. Some competing blocks. Johnson rejects it. Hegaboro lures to Tanone. Off the blockers. Kept going. Riley Dinan nearly gets it done. Noya off Johnson's hand. Some desperate digs from North Broward, but they fall all over themselves, and it wasn't for a lack of trying. As Wang is subbed in, and Noya comes off. Palumbo's got to tie her shoe now. And we've got another wet spot on the floor, probably from everyone falling over each other trying to get that. Now the senior Erin Huang will serve for the Lightning. 90.5 serve percentage, and that'll increase a little bit. And hesitance from Riley Dinan dooms that point, and it's 12-9. So Huang will continue serving. Dig by Wiggins. Lures with a free ball. Perfect placement for Cypress Bay. I mean, it doesn't get more perfect than that. Yeah, looks like that was Guzman. What a surprise. She's up to 4 kills. And there's just barely an ace for Huang. Her third of the season. That one was close, and it's 14-9. Palumbo digs, Wiggins. Dinan and Johnson compete. Some miscommunication, and yeah, it's a double touch, and that goes the Lightning's way. And right now, Kogenauer talking things over with the officials. He wasn't happy with that call. Wang serves, Wiggins digs. Lure sets up, as always. Johnson denied. Lures, Johnson, the second time around, it's the charm. (15-10), could that be a spark for the Eagles? I mean, if you want to talk about sparks, I imagine that the Lightning sort of have that area cornered, but now it's just conjecture. Lures, serves, Guzman digs. Huang and Orizar finds some space. Orizar, just a sophomore, already averaging 2.7 kills per set. And Urizar will serve. Well overcooked. Didn't have enough time to take that one out of the oven. And now Deja Johnson will take a turn serving. There's a dig by Guzman. And set up for Guzman by Huang. Dig by Lures. Wiggins. And Dinan sends it over. Huang attempts a free ball, but it lands where no one is. Bit of airmail with first-class postage. And North Broward's only down by 4. Johnson, dug by Urizar. Dinan sends it right back. Huang, Guzman, near side. And Johnson hitting the... She hits the hardwood literally and figuratively. Tried her best, but it wasn't enough. And if Guzman keeps this up, she is going to be a real thorn in the Eagles' side. Lures to Tanone. She is blocked by Guzman. Who else? (17-12) as Carrero serves into the net. 18-13 now. And Wiggins will serve. Wiggins has quietly been putting together a very good year for the Eagles. Most other teams, she would be their standout. Lainey Tobias with a standout block for the Eagles. There are few better at it. That is her 9th of the season. Wiggins serves, and that one's overcooked. Prep Dig has ranked Wiggins as the number 2 libero in Florida. Most other teams, she would be their all-star, their superstar, but North Broward is so loaded. Johnson digs, lures, Tobias. And it looks like Tobias reached over the net. And once again, it's all North Broward's own mistakes. That will result in a timeout. And there has been one driving force for Cypress Bay so far tonight, and we've got to talk about it. Sophia Guzman, the 6'1" senior, 2024, she was an all-county first-team selection. This is almost unbelievable. She produces 1/3 of all of the aces and kills for the Lightning. She's somewhere in here. Might as well use the pen while we've got it. She's a commit to Division II Southern Connecticut State University. Take a wild guess where that university is. If you think you know the answer, we've got a live comment section here on YouTube, and we're always taking a look at it. So if there's something you feel should be shared and we like what you say, we might even read it out on the air. Where in the world could Southern Connecticut State University be? Well, Wiggins digs. Tanone is set up. And Howarth can only watch it go off her hands. That's Tanone's first kill tonight. But she is second on the Eagles with 3.6 kills per set. Amazing that that's second on the team. A big hit from Noya. Doug lures. Palumbo finds Noya. And Tobias puts it back over. Now it's Yasmin Tanone to serve. And that's her 14th ace of the season. 17-20. Tanone serves again. Guzman digs. Set up for Noya, who finds Wiggins. Lures to Palumbo, far side. And that is just barely out of bounds, or is it? Yes, the line judge is over. Well, hold on. The line judge looked to be overruled, but they give it to the Eagles. So yeah, that finds some real estate. Count it. Palumbo with another kill. That's 5 for her in this first set. As Tanone serves. And Guzman tries to fool him, but Wiggins with a great dig, sending it back over. Guzman again, off the hands and out of play. So that will count as a lightning kill. 21-18, 7 kills for Guzman. Wiggins, Tanone. Wiggins lures in Tobias. And the Lightning will continue to serve. Guzman again. Wiggins, Johnson, and Palumbo. Now it's Guzman, Howarth. And a block that goes the Lightning's way. You know, it doesn't feel like this set is as close as it is. 23-18, but it feels like this has been the Lightning set the whole time. North Broward hasn't had a lead yet this set, though it's now 23-19. I don't know if we've brought you a broadcast where North Broward hasn't taken a lead at any given time in a set, as Palumbo serves straight into the net. That being said, North Broward's coach, Brian Kogenauer, looks relatively nonplussed as it's set point. Serve from Bruno, dig by Palumbo. Johnson sets it up, Guzman. On the other side, a big hit for Victoria Orizar. And that wraps up set number 1. 25-19, North Broward loses just their 3rd set of the 2025 season. You know they're going to have a lot to talk about as we wait for set number 2 to get underway. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with it. Thank you so very much for joining us here live on YouTube. There is rain outside this gym, but there is lightning inside. Cypress Bay takes a set from North Broward, just North Broward's third losing set of the season. Kind of hard to fathom. They have been so unstoppable. Of course, North Broward has lost 3 sets, but they have won 15. Keep in mind as you watch this, right now North Broward is the number 10 volleyball team in the entire Sunshine State. Number 1 in 4A. But the mark of a number 1 team is being able to persevere through trials and tribulations. Now Aaron Huang will serve. Skips over the net. Dig by Wiggins. Here's set 2. And it's over before it begins if Deja Johnson keeps it up. Johnson, one of 3 D1 commits for North Broward. A great dig by Wiggins, well handled. Johnson to Known, dig by Guzman, who's playing a little further back. Carrero, and it is muscled over by Urizar. Wiggins with another dig, falls just short of the net. Great effort, literally falling down, but couldn't see it through. It's hard to think that until now, this was North Broward's first lead of the game. Feels like we've been here for a while. Of course, this is also an unusually early start time for the Eagles. 5:30 instead of the usual 6. Lures to Known. You betcha. I mean, of course. It was a given. Yasmin Tanon, so much fun to watch. She's a commit to D2 Bentley University. Now Johnson will serve. Off Carrero's hands. Handled by Urizar. And Guzman sends it over. Wiggins lures. Far side, Palumbo blocked. This one does not keep going. Into the net go the Eagles. And we're tied again. Cypress Bay is in 7A District 15, North Broward in 4A District 14. And as a general rule of thumb, the larger school almost always wins. I mean, the larger the school, the more talent to choose from. Florida is especially South Florida, is a bit of an exception to the rule because you have so many private schools down here, North Broward included, able to field ultra-competitive teams. Tanon digs, lures, Palumbo, and an excellent dig from Urizar. Guzman now sends it over. Lures digs, Wiggins, and it's Johnson who puts it over. Liliana Carrero, now Huang. And a big block for Laney Tobias, shutting down Guzman. That was wondrous. Perfect deflection, too. I mean, that's everything you want out of a block. And that's everything you can ask for from Sophia Moreau. This is Moreau's first set of the season, and that's her first kill of the season. Now Howarth back to serve. Johnson lures, sets up Tobias. The whistles go. Yeah, no, that wasn't happening. Good try. But Tobias is just too much. Five to 3, North Broward's first 2-point lead of the game, as Tanon will serve. Handled by Orizar. And set up for Guzman. She paints the corners. 8 kills for her, and that one was a thing of beauty. I mean, that found just enough space. Dig by Wiggins. Lures. Palumbo is blocked by Noya. Lure sets up Tanone this time. And this one is blocked by Sophia Moreau. That's her first block of the season. Tied at 5 as Guzman back to serve. Handled by Wiggins. Lures at the net. And she made contact with it, so that's a Cypress Bay point. Six to 5, Lightning lead. Guzman playing aces high. Tanone couldn't do it. That's her 6th ace of the season. She tries again. Orizar, Wiggins, lures Tobias. Competing blocks. And more contact up against the net. And Kogenauer is not happy. I think he's starting to get tired of these little mistakes that the Eagles are making. I mean, we're midway into set number 2. This is the point where you got to lock it down. Johnson lures Tanone, powers through the block. Now Palumbo will serve. Serving percentage of 87 this season so far. Just got unusually quiet in this gym, and I think I just went to the golf voice. I haven't had to go to the golf voice in a little while. Palumbo serves to Carrero. Set up for Orizar, handled by Johnson. Wiggins to Tanone. Diving dig by Carrero. Noya nearly finds a hole, but Palumbo's there. Johnson sends it over. Carrero sets up Orizar, takes a little off, and it pays dividends. That's only her 2nd kill tonight, but it feels like she has so many more than that. She's been a vital part of all these scoring plays, even if she hasn't been the one recording the kill. So now Sophia Bruno will serve. She is one of several Sophias on this Cypress Bay roster. And Sophia gets herself an ace. There are 4 Sophias on the Cypress Bay Lightning. Guess we know what baby names were popular in the mid-2000s. Deja Johnson brings the hammer down. That'll fire your team up. And here I was thinking I was going to have to switch to golf voice. No, that'll put a little pep in your step, a little energy in this gym. Ten to 7, and here's the serve by Hegaburo. It's too much. That's her first ace of the year. Valerie Hegaburo, just an 8th grader. That is her first varsity ace. And boy, that's got to feel good. Take that ball out of circulation. Hegaburo maybe a little too excited. And that's a Cypress Bay point. Egaburo, the latest addition to the North Broward roster. She was only added the day of their first game this year. But she's been a real good server. I mean, she has a serving percentage of 90.5. Same as Huang, who finds Wiggins, lures, and Johnson on the line. That falls. 5 kills for her. So now Emma Lures will serve. Last time out, we saw her put up 4 aces. And the question is, did the Lightning make contact with it? Yes. So that's an ace for Lures. They tried to matrix their way out of it. And there's a block for Chelsea Ventura. I think they called it a 2-touch, but I'd rather be kind. And speaking of big plays, there's another kill for Orizar. 12-11. The Lightning holding on to this very narrow lead as Orizar goes back to serve. Lures to Johnson. Huang keeps it going. Bruno and Guzman. Palumbo. Lures. And Ventura just has to watch it fall. Guzman's 6'1". She towers over her teammates. It's easy to pick her out in the crowd. As Orizar's serve goes straight into the net. Still just a 1-point set as Tasia Johnson is back to serve for the Eagles. Right now, Johnson is 13th in Florida in hitting percentage. Just within 4A, she is 3rd in kills. As more wet spots on this floor, I mean, did they not finish mopping before this game? I think that's the 3rd wet spot stoppage that we have had in this match so far. So now Johnson will serve. Guzman digs, nearly goes into the Cypress Bay bench, and Guzman sends it over through the block of Ventura. I mean, she is unstoppable. Guzman has 9 kills tonight. No one else on Cypress Bay has more than 3. No one on North Broward has more than 5, though both Johnson and Palumbo share that honor. Now it's Carrero to serve. Wiggins digs, pushed up against the net by Saporiti. First we've seen a Bruno Saporiti this game. And now there's a 3-point lead. North Broward cannot let it get away from them. Wiggins, Saporiti, Palumbo off the net. And now North Broward has taken a timeout. A very casual timeout call from head coach Brian Kogenauer, as North Broward finds themselves in a bit of a pickle. No, I mean, last year Cypress Bay had a historic season. A record of 20-1, the 7A District 15 champs. They ended up as regional runners-up. It was the first ever undefeated regular season in Cypress Bay history. But the big thing that we were keeping an eye on coming into this one is that 10 seniors graduated and only 4 players returned from that championship team. So the big question coming into Cypress Bay's season has been, will they be able to have the same success without all of those key players? And so far, I mean, they're living up to it. Sofia Guzman has put the entire Lightning squad on her back. And they're keeping up with the best team in 4A, according to Max Preps. A little dunk from Moreau kept going. Carrero. And a push from Julia Diaz. Johnson calls for it. Sets up Palumbo, who goes right into the net. And that's another one of those little mistakes. And now North Broward's down by 5. Wiggins, Saporiti, and Dynan. Huang sets up Guzman. Johnson, Saporiti, Palumbo. Dig by Guzman. Huang and Diaz gets it done. A 6-point lead, and North Broward has to make sure that they don't collapse. They can't self-destruct. Served by Carrero, dig by Johnson. Saporiti, Palumbo into the net. They keep it going. Desperate hit by Johnson. Very impressive. Ventura, Wiggins, and it lands at the net. Palumbo couldn't do anything with it, but it looks like, yeah, they give that to North Broward. And Cypress Bay coach Nicole Arnold protesting the call. You know, that historic season that the Lightning had last year, that was Arnold's first year at the helm. Can't go much further up from there. As Destiny Wiggins now is back to serve. You know, we've seen Arnold have a much more hands-on coaching style than Kokenauer of North Broward. As Guzman digs, Huang, Diaz, sent back by a couple of blocks. Palumbo, Tobias, they split the credit. And it's 14-18. Wiggins serves again. Just barely gets over. Orizar, Huang. And an overhit from Moreau. A hands-off coaching style, not necessarily a bad thing, especially when you have an extremely talented team. You know, in my many travels, I once spoke to perhaps the most successful high school lacrosse coach in the country. I can't think of many more who have had more success. That being Jamie Archer of James Hildewit High School up near Syracuse, New York. He has a career 900 winning percentage at the high school level, and I asked him, what is your secret to coaching success? And he told me, these kids are so good, all I got to do is sit back and just correct the mistakes I see. Otherwise, I just let them play. And clearly, with a 900 winning percentage, that strategy has worked. Now Johnson pushes it over. A great dig for Johnson. How did she come up with that? Wiggins sends it over Carrero. And now Guzman takes a little off. And Tobias tried to keep it going. But there was some excellent play all around there. Wiggins digs. North Broward tries to keep this one going. Palumbo sends it over. And Carrero can't get to it in time. That's a lift from the Lightning. And North Broward still has a little bit of fire in them. There's the serve from Chelsea Ventura. Lures to Tobias. Set up by Noya. And a big hit from Orizar, well defended by Wiggins. Put that on a highlight reel. Carrero up at the net. Guzman. And Anya Noya just has to poke it over. Beautifully done. I mean, there were some amazing digs all around from North Broward, but they just couldn't get it done. It's 21-16 as Guzman serves. Wiggins able to keep it going, and so does Lors. That was pretty hype as Orizar manages to hit it right off the hand. Serve from Guzman, Wiggins. Lures Tobias. And there's no way that the Lightning were getting to that. Now it's Jada Palumbo to serve for North Broward. Some interesting warm-ups for Cypress Bay in the back corner, doing a little jig, it looks like, as Guzman sets up Orizar into the net. 22-18, and this one will stay close. Little cameo from our head athletic trainer, Mel Cam High, walking by the camera. Always does such a great job. We really appreciate her. Palumbo serves. Guzman digs. Sent all the way back over, and that lands out of bounds. No, it landed on the line. Guzman gets her 10th kill of the day on a complete accident. Serve from Bruno. Johnson now with a little tip at the net. Johnson came coming over. Tobias, both of them, great blocks. I don't even know who to credit the kill to. Guzman digs. Lures. Down the line. Dinan and Johnson. Like a line in the back of a restaurant. Getting it done, serving it up. Station to station. Perfect parallel play. Serve from Hegaburo. And too much on it from Orizar. North Broward has clawed their way back to a two-point deficit, and that's a timeout for Cypress Bay. A very different scene last time we saw the Eagles on the 28th as they were facing Somerset Canyons. North Broward won that in 3 sets. The team combined for 17 aces and 6 blocks. Now, they had a lower kill total than we usually see them come out and play. But, I mean, 17 aces, 6 blocks, you cannot deny the results. Jada Palumbo had a massive game, 7 kills, 5 aces, 7 digs and a block. Yasmin Tanon, 5 kills, 6 aces, 4 digs, and 2 blocks. Very different from what we're seeing from them today, though. As it's Higaburo to serve. Guzman, well defended by Palumbo, lures, far corner, Johnson, and they can't send it back. 7 kills for her. Remember, she averages 4.5 a set. And North Broward is within 1. Noya lures, tipped over by Dynan. Kept going by Howarth. And too much to handle. Orizar hands him a hot potato. She's up to 5 kills, and it is set point, but just barely. Remember, you must win by 2. And there is a 2-point difference between these two teams right now. Lures, Johnson, and somehow the Lightning keep it going, but that isn't going to get it done. It's now within 1, and Lures will serve. Guzman sends it over, dug by Palumbo. Lures, far side, Johnson, boom shakalaka! We're all tied up at 24. And as I just said, you must win by 2. And this is where things get real exciting. Lures serves. Orizar has a little trouble handling it, and that falls on Cypress Bay's side. North Broward retakes the lead. It is set point. And a timeout taken by Cypress Bay, trying to essentially ice the server. This gym is starting to fill up here at the Global Wellness Center on North Broward's campus, and we appreciate every single one of you joining us from home or wherever you may be watching. Here live on YouTube, we appreciate each and every one of you. This has been a good one so far. I mean, there's no two ways around it. The Lightning handing North Broward their 3rd loss set of the season in set number 1, and now North Broward coming back from a 6 or 7 point deficit. Now they're at set point. Lures serves. Guzman, Orizar, and sent over by Diaz. Lures pushes it to Johnson, blocked. Johnson into the net, and we're tied again. I mean, you can chalk that up to the human reaction time. Wasn't much Dynan could do, and now Orizar will serve. Now, a team has to, at minimum, get to 27. Johnson pushes, and eventually handled by the Lightning. Wiggins digs. Lures. Off the hands, a kill for Chelsea Ventura. North Broward back to set point. And Johnson serves. Competing digs. Huang sets up Guzman. Blocked by Ventura. North Broward takes set number 2. 27-25, and Cypress Bay is not happy about it. Let's take another look at it. There are protests widespread from Cypress Bay's side. Here's what happened. Yeah, Cypress Bay is saying that went over the line, and that may have been the case. But the line judge's word is final. 27-25, North Broward takes set number 2, and we are all tied up at 1 set apiece. We are guaranteed some free volleyball. We hope you'll stick with us, as we'll be back in a couple of minutes with set number 3. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to set number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Sam Gelfand here on the call, along with Hugo Sapazzi. I finally got it right, producing. And Ruby Shear on camera. She was here to help us with the football game that got rained out on Friday. We ended up playing that on Saturday at 9:30 in the morning. That one lands on the line and just over it for Orizar. Now it's Lures with a serve. Dig by Orizar. Huang and Guzman competing digs. A small collision into the net. Dynan keeps it going, and Johnson sends it over. Huang, far side. Diaz into the net. Lures will keep serving until now, as that one goes straight into the net. And that little streak of momentum comes to a close. Victoria Orizar came into this game with a 53 serving percentage, and that has certainly increased as this one has gone on. And you know what? You know what else will help it increase? An ace. That's her second, not just of tonight, but of the season. We're all tied up at 2 now. And Orizar will keep rolling. On the line, 2 aces in a row. And as a great urban poet philosopher, Fred Durst once said, you just gotta keep rolling, rolling, rolling. What? Third time is not the charm for Orizar. Guzman to Huang. Diaz blocked, but that lands on North Broward's side. And Cypress Bay will not make it easy for the Eagles. I believe that's a kill for Julia Diaz as well, the 5'9" senior. Orizar serves. That one's overcooked. And that ends her little streak. Huang sets up Guzman. Dig by Wiggins. Lures Palumbo on the other side, and she takes care of business. Kill number 6 for her. There's an ace. That's Johnson's first of the night, her 4th of the whole season. And the Eagles take the lead 5-4. 2 aces in a row for Johnson now. They're going around the whole bench. I guess the bench is getting in on the ace celebration action now. That's new. As Johnson serves, and that one goes out. So now it's the sophomore Carrero who will serve for Cypress Bay. She finds Johnson. And Palumbo finds some real estate. Tick, tick, boom, chant the North Broward bench, and Palumbo has been a pipe bomb for North Broward tonight. Absolutely explosive. As Wiggins serves to Guzman. Huang, Guzman again. Lures, digs. Wiggins pushes up for Ventura. Carrero keeps it going. Huang down the line. Diaz defended, and that's a Cypress Bay point. Into the net went Palumbo. This game has been so competitive. One of the better matches we have brought you this year so far, and we're only into the 3rd set. As Howarth serves over the net. And a little slam dunk action from Guzman, who's up to 11 kills. We're all tied up at 7. I mean, the best match we have seen so far this season was North Broward against the Kings Academy. Went to 5 sets. North Broward came back from a 2-set deficit, won the next 3. It was miraculous. Cypress Bay sent back by Tobias. Carrero with a pop-up, lures. Wiggins hustling to Palumbo. And a dig from Orzar keeps this one, keeps it going. Noya sent back. But it lands on the wrong side of the line, and that is a lightning point. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, we have a live comment section here on YouTube, and we're taking a look at it. So if there's anything you'd like to share with us, and we like it, we might even read it out on the air. And you gotta love Chelsea Ventura bringing it down. 2 kills for her today. You know, I don't know whether to say today or tonight at this point. So, I mean, you know, the game starts at 5:30. Has the sun gone down yet? It's hard to tell. It's dark outside because it's been raining. Really, I guess it's interchangeable. Let me tell you what's not debatable. An ace for Chelsea Ventura. That's Ventura's 5th of the season. So that one goes out. Ventura, 5'8". As a senior, this is her 3rd year on varsity. A lot of experience going down this North Broward squad. I mean, aside from the transfers, there's only 2 players on this entire roster where this is their 1st year on varsity. Lures. And Palumbo maneuvers it over. Guzman Howarth sent back by Tobias. I believe that's her 7th kill. That ties her season high. Unless that just straight up went into the net. I'm going to give it to Tobias because I'm nice. Palumbo, dug by Orzar, and sent back by Johnson. That's Johnson's 9th. Palumbo serves, Orzar. Howarth, Orzar, blocked by Tobias. But that goes, well, there's too much power on that block. Tobias got a little antsy. And this stays within 1. At this rate, you're going to get a lot of free volleyball tonight. At this rate, it's a good thing we started at 5:30. As Bruno serves, Wiggins lures Johnson. Too much. We're all tied up now as this excellent contest continues with a serve from Bruno. Wiggins lures Tobias. Puts a lid on it. And she is substituted for Valerie Hegaboro so she can serve. Otherwise, I mean, you set your new season high kill count and get taken off. Hegaboro finds Guzman. Howarth out to Orzar. Ventura lures Johnson off Guzman. And it falls. Deja Johnson is the 2nd tonight to break into double-digit scoring just after Guzman. Hegaboro serves. It's Orzar. Sent back by Dynan. Orzar this time to Palumbo. Lures. Dynan. Blocked! Victoria Orzar with a little assist from Sarah Hurtado. And North Broward holds on to the lead, but barely. Now Aaron Huang back to serve. Lures Johnson, rejected over the line into the back of the gym. 11 for Johnson now. Here's Lors, other side, Johnson. Dig by Guzman. Huang at the net for Hurtado. Lors backwards to Ventura, blocked, and that hits the net. To disbelief from the Lightning. I mean, they're holding their face. Yeah, another look, that looks like they hit the net. So now Lors serves. Bruno, Orizar, blocked by Ventura, kept going, Lors, Wiggins. Ventura gets herself a kill. An excellent effort from Ventura. Now Lors is back to serve. Little line drive to Orizar. Huang, and some great power. And this time, yeah, it's a two-touch, the officials say. 16-13. The Lightning down by 3. Serve from Orizar into the net. And the Lightning gets stuffed before it really even begins. Usually when you've got a 1-1 tie in terms of sets, the team that takes the third set has the best chance of winning. Lors Palumbo. Huang with a great dig. Sent back over, Ventura Lors down the line to Palumbo. She gets it done! They're literally falling down on the sidelines. I don't know if you can see Tanone down there. She found herself in a fetal position on the bench. And a kill like that has to make you say, oh baby. Huang, Guzman blocked by Ventura, but it lands on the wrong side, and that is a Lightning point. The pace of this set, so much faster than the previous ones. As Carrero serves. Johnson lures down to Palumbo. There's another for her. She ties her season high of 9 kills. She is having herself a ball. As Wiggins will serve now. Carrero, Diaz, Guzman. And Lors protesting, saying she got a hand on it. But the officials give it to Cypress Bay. So that's kill number 12 for Guzman. In case you're keeping score at home, and if you are keeping score at home, why? Katie Howarth serves now. Lors Palumbo, soft touch, great dig from Carrero. Guzman on the corner, too hot to handle. Howarth again now. Johnson lures Ventura. That's not a ground ball. You can't field it like it. The Orizar was certainly a little behind it. Baseball season, sadly, is not till the spring. Ventura, an ace! (21-16), and North Broward is trying to run away with set number 3. Ventura skips over the net, 2 aces in a row! That's 3 for her tonight. You blink, you miss this action, as Ventura will not get a 3rd ace in a row. Said that's a hit by Noya. Lures sets up Palumbo, and she threads the needle. Palumbo breaks into double-digit scoring for the first time this year. (23-16), we've got ourselves a game on our hands. Ventura, ace number 4 tonight. She is playing with a full deck. I heard someone on the bench just say, Chelsea, my idol. I mean, she keeps this going, she'll be straight up iconic. Guzman digs. Haworth, push from Guzman. Wiggins just can't get it done, and a great effort from Ventura to get there, but it was not enough. 24-17, still set point, but this time Guzman will serve. A 92.9 serving percentage for her coming into this contest. Lore sets up Ventura, block, she digs. Tobias, Wiggins pokes it over. Noya, Haworth, off the hands from Orizar. Lures to Palumbo, through the blocks, gets it done. Set number 3 goes to the Eagles. You might not have expected it if you saw set number 1, but the Eagles coming back into it, and now they have the lead in terms of sets. Will they be able to close it out in 4, or will we go to 5? Only one way to find out, and that's to stick with us live on YouTube. 25-17. 25-17, North Broward in the lead, 2-1. As we are about to get underway with set number 4. Thank you so very much for joining us here live on YouTube. Sam Gelfand, Hugo Sapazzi, and Ruby Shear, your broadcast crew tonight. Johnson tries to tip it over. As set 4 is now underway, you're getting some free volleyball. Johnson blocked. Palumbo lures Dynan. Good dig by Huang. Guzman in the backfield, or backcourt, I should say. Johnson. Huang somehow gets it done. This is a really long point. Lures Johnson. Still going. I mean, you want to order a pizza? We've got the time. Johnson says take out or delivery. She's going to take out the Lightning. Now, there are few better ways, I think, to start set number 4 than a rally like that. Served by Lures. Huang. Guzman gets it done. And we are tied at 1. 15 kills for Sofia Guzman. Lures our serves. Wiggins. Lures Johnson, Guzman, Huang sets up Diaz, gets through the blocks, lures, Wiggins one-handed, Johnson able to get it done. Straight through Huang's hand. Straight through Huang's hand. I'll be honest, I speak a little bit of Chinese. I thought it was Huang. They told me it was Huang. I'm going to go with what the coaches say. But it's 2-1, Eagles lead. Johnson serves into the net. And we're tied up at 2 again. So much talent on both of these teams. If you're unfamiliar with Cypress Bay, Guzman, as we've talked about her quite enough last year, all-county first-team selection. Huang, an all-county honorable mention. As Ventura gets tripped up. And Nicole Arnold, the Cypress Bay head coach, last year's large school coach of the year, according to the Sun-Sentinel. Not to say North Broward doesn't have an excellent first-year coach at the helm, as Palumbo is too hot to handle. Brian Kogenauer, AAU national champions last year with the Tribe Volleyball Club, led them to a perfect season. Wiggins serves as we're tied at 3. That breaks the deadlock. That's out. And Cypress Bay takes the lead. Warzar hands it off to Howarth. Howarth serves, skips over. Wiggins, good presence of mind. Ventura to Carrero. Howarth. Guzman stuffed by Ventura. My, oh my. Put that on a highlight reel and a half. One of her most emphatic blocks all year as Ventura now serves. Push over by Guzman. Wiggins digs. Lures to Palumbo. Too much. But they give it to North Broward. They say it scraped a hand. And Cypress Bay has not been happy. Guzman gets a yellow card. It is not often that someone gets carded in volleyball. But like soccer, there are yellows and reds. And Guzman so unhappy with that call that she got herself in hot water. Noya dug by Wiggins. Lures to Palumbo. Now it's Guzman taking out her frustrations. Dig by Johnson. Lures. Palumbo. Can't find enough space. I mean, you can't blame Guzman for being frustrated. It looks like the judge's decision was that that point had scraped a hand, and that was enough to warrant a North Broward point. But you know, when you're in high school, sometimes it's hard to control your emotions. And if you get fired up, that's a good thing as a competitor. You just got to know when to hold back. Wiggins lures. Palumbo blocked, but Guzman keeps it afloat. Orzar sends it over. Johnson lures Palumbo. It's been a real popular pairing today. Orzar overs. Johnson lures at the net, and she makes contact with it. Kokenauer just asking for a little more self-awareness from this Eagles squad, especially in a tight game. At the beginning of this match, we saw a lot of little mental errors from the Eagles, and that's what cost them the first set. And then they managed to get a hold on it as set number 2 was underway. Mostly kept it relatively error-free in set number 3, but if they fall back into those old ways, it'll spell trouble. Chelsea Ventura spells trouble for the Lightning. She ties her season high with 6 kills. Palumbo serves. Noya gets through the block. That's her first kill of the season. A lot of firsts tonight. And that's Bruno back to serve for the Lightning. Wiggins lures Tobias. Dig by Guzman. Howarth. Orzar. That's out. And we're tied up at 7 now. Hegapuro serves. Orzar. Howarth goes backwards. And Noya has got to be a little annoyed about that. Too much on it. Guzman, Howarth. And there's a little too much on it. for Orizar. 9-7. Oh no, they say that it clipped the line. 8-all. I stand corrected as Erin Huang is back to serve now for the Lightning. We've seen the rotation go through a few times at this point. Wiggins digs, lures, Johnson. Huang goes backwards to Orizar. Too much. This may be the closest game that North Broward has played this season. Certainly up there. As Lures serves, Orizar, Huang, Guzman. Lures deflects, but Wiggins can't get to it in time. So that's kill number 16 for Guzman. Orizar to serve now. She has 3 aces tonight. Wiggins, lures, Johnson, and it falls! Guzman may be up to 16, but Johnson is up to 14. 12 for Jada Palumbo, too. Lots of high rollers on this court, as it's now 10-9. Johnson, that one goes into the bench. Diaz somehow wrangles it. Guzman. Dinan lures. Ventura! And they're going crazy for her. A breakout performance, perhaps, for Chelsea Ventura. 4 aces, 7 kills so far. And a couple of blocks on top of it. Johnson narrowly avoiding the ace. (12-9) as Johnson serves. Guzman with a little flyby. Ventura and Palumbo gets it done. Lucky or unlucky 13 for her. Her 13th kill, and it's 13-9. Skips over the net, and that's an ace. And that will result in a timeout. North Broward is feeling it right now. You know, believe it or not, this is only the second match ever between Cypress Bay and North Broward, and it's the first one played outside of a tournament. Now, when we say ever, our records go back to 2007, but hopefully that's close enough. The first and only time they played was September 20th of last year. The Lightning took that in 2 sets. It was during a tournament, so it was best of 3. The Eagles held to just 2 aces and 1 block, but Palumbo put up 10 kills and 7 digs. Not dissimilar to how she's doing tonight. Huang keeps it going. Guzman somehow. Now here's Loris Johnson. She has prodigious power. I mean, what do you do? How do you handle it? The answers are beyond me, and they're beyond the Lightning, as that is her 4th ace of the night. We weren't even back from replay before she already got another ace. You want another? Have another. 5 aces. Johnson is playing with a trick deck. She keeps it going, and Diaz sends it over to Johnson. Lures, sets up Ventura, and it falls. But it keeps going. That one grazes the line. That's a North Broward point. Honestly, I think that could have gone either way. Just a quick look at it. That was close, but yeah, that was over the line. Johnson. Oh, it's Guzman. Johnson digs. Wiggins sets up Ventura. Huang with the dig. And Guzman keeps it going. Lures. Wiggins. Palumbo. Blocked. Wiggins. Lures. Ventura. She gets it done. Eight kills tonight for Ventura. (19-9) your score right now. This is the 17th break we have taken so far today to wipe off the court. I mean, seriously, it's how wet can a court get without a mop? I know that they're playing their hardest out there. I'm not going to take that away from them, but I mean, how many towel stoppages have we had? I've lost count at this point. As Johnson will serve. It's a short one. It's an ace. Six aces tonight, ties her career high. University of Maryland, Baltimore County is getting a great one. Skips over the net. Lightning able to handle it this time. Diaz hits Wiggins. Lures, and Ventura takes care of business. 21-9, and it is all North Broward. Right now, the Eagles are in a trance. Wiggins. Lures pushing down to Palumbo. You betcha! "15 kills for Jada Palumbo. And North Broward is 3 points away from shutting this thing down. Johnson will keep on serving. It has been so close until this point. But North Broward has grabbed the pendulum of momentum, and they do not want to let it go. Guzman, Johnson, lures, Dinan, Huang, Carrero. Blocked is Guzman. Where does it land? It lands North Broward's way. Credit the block to Chelsea Ventura. She is on fire. 23-9 as Johnson serves. Dug by Ulloa. Guzman somehow defended and sent over by Ventura. Competing blocks at the net. Guzman sends it into the net, and North Broward is 1 point away. What a match it's been, and now it all rests in the hands of Deja Johnson. Off the net, and this one keeps going. A little more free volleyball for you. And back to serve is Liliana Carrero. Wiggins, Lors pushes it over, Palumbo. Carrero keeps it going. Sent over, Johnson digs. Lors, Palumbo, blocked by Diaz. Wiggins, Lors, Ventura, kept up by Ulloa. Huang, Guzman, Wiggins, Lors, Palumbo, punches it. Huang has trouble with it, but it's still alive. Guzman to Wiggins, Lors, and it's Riley Dinan who shuts it down. Riley Dinan shuts it down. That is all she wrote. North Broward takes it in 4 sets. An incredibly close contest. But the Eagles remain undefeated on this day. 6-0. North Broward clutching it out and proving why they are the number 10 team in all of Florida. The smaller team takes down the larger one. Rarely do you see it, but we have seen it tonight. And North Broward is flying high. The Eagles continue this incredible start to their season. They win a district championship last year, and you wonder, how can it possibly get better? Well, you're seeing it unfold in front of your own 2 eyes. A 6-0 start, taking down defending regional runners-up in 7A. And now the only question becomes, how will they fare tomorrow? Because, yes, this was their toughest test so far. Until tomorrow. North Broward takes on Boca Raton Christian, one of the best teams in 1A, the state runners-up in 1A, and the team that beat them 2-0 in the preseason, handing North Broward their only lick of defeat that they have experienced this entire year. Can they overcome? Only one way to find out, and that's to join us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock right here on YouTube. Until then, thank you so very much for joining us here live. My name is Sam Gelfand, and on behalf of everyone here at the North Broward Preparatory School and the Florida High School Athletic Association, have a very good night wherever you may be.